You know, Doc, I had an interesting conversation with Kevin Harvick's crew chief, Todd Barrier, this morning, talking a little bit about the coil bind setup. He said that back in 2002, they were one of the first teams to start experimenting with that kind of setup. They brought it here in 2003, and he credits that for winning the Brickyard their first time. He said this year they still feel like they're on top of the game when it comes to coil bind, and he said that this weekend Kevin has felt like his car is as good as it was back in 2003 when he went to victory lane.
His car does look good. The only problem is Tony Stewart's looks just a little bit better. These Childress cars do have a good handle on that coil bind setup. We talk about it all the time. This coil bind setup we're talking about is when you try to run these super soft springs in the front of the car. And the reason we do that is so you go through this NASCAR tech inspection and you have to meet a certain height. And so these guys put these soft springs in there, get the car height up, but when you take the car on the racetrack, the air pushes the car down and the banking forces push the car down, and then this shock holds that car in what we call coil bind. We see that spring compressed all the way, and we call that coil bind. And it holds it really low on the racetrack all the way around, and then when the car slows down, comes back into the tech height, it comes right back up. And for more on this, we'll go right down to Tim Brewer in the Tech Center.
Hey, thanks, Andy. We've got this illustration that Andy came up with back some years ago. This, folks, is the installed inspection height spring right here. But believe it or not, when the car is in compression, meaning the air dam's all the way down, this is what the spring actually looks like setting inside the spring bucket, and that enables the front of the car to come down, makes a tremendous amount of downforce, and this is ultimate coil binding.
Tim, that is great. And Andy, you developed that?
That's my spring he's holding right there, the one that's all compressed. That's the one we used to use to make all the spring buckets so we could maximize that coil bind setup. These guys have evolved that whole setup now where they have a manufacturing process for all these arms just so they can make that all work.